Malema said he had no right to leave without being released.
He's not going to leave. She's going to ask her questions. He's not going to leave. If he leaves here, he's walking out.
MK Party MP David Skosana says he must be arrested.
You're not being released here. You must be arrested. We'll open a case now.
Committee chairperson Sovet Lekhanyan has now instructed the committee's legal team to advise it on how to deal with the matter. Babalo Ndenze, Eyewitness News, Parliament.
ANC leader in Johannesburg, Loyiso Masuku, has been officially elected as the city's first ever deputy mayor. Masuku was elected uncontested to the newly created role during this afternoon's city council session. She previously held the position of finance MMC, which has now been incorporated into the office of the deputy mayor. This means the ANC holds both the mayor and deputy mayor positions in the coalition-led city government. Council Speaker Margaret Arnolds officially announced the election results.
I, Loyiso Masuku, hereby accept the nomination for the position of Deputy Executive Mayor for the City of Johannesburg. Thank you.
Colleagues, the results are as follows. We only had one person, and Councillor Masuku has been duly elected as the Deputy Executive Mayor of the City of Johannesburg.
We move to the capital, where Ekurhuleni Municipality's suspended head of human resources, Linda Xasheka, has denied being part of a clique that shielded corruption-accused Metro Police Deputy Chief Julius Mkhwanazi from accountability. Xasheka says she didn't know Mkhwanazi very well and was in fact scared of him after hearing that he was a dangerous man. Xasheka has been testifying at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. Thabiso Goba has more.
One of the allegations leveled against Linda Xasheka was that as the head of HR, she didn't implement disciplinary measures against Ekurhuleni's Deputy Metro Police Chief Julius Mkhwanazi. This was despite the fact there was a report by police watchdog IPED implicating Mkhwanazi in fraud and corruption. Xasheka says shortly after the report, she met with the Chief of Police and other senior officials to discuss what needed to be done with Mkhwanazi.
A day or 2 days later, Chief kept on calling me and says, acting HOD, you have to sign the suspension. I've got a professional duty to sign, despite I'm safe or I'm not safe. And I want it to be recorded here. I think it is on the documents that ultimately I did sign the intention to suspend.
Xasheka says after signing Mkhwanazi's suspension letter, she requested a risk threat analysis be conducted on her life and family. However, it was never done. Thabiso Goba, Eyewitness News.
The Cabinet says government has now recovered more than 16 billion rand in assets as a result of the State Capture Commission. Minister in the Presidency Khumbudzo Ntshavheni says this is a significant return on investment, considering the state spent 1 billion rand on running the inquiry. Taking stock of government's progress in implementing the recommendations at a Cabinet meeting yesterday, it noted that 57% of the recommended actions have now been addressed. Lindsay Dentlinger has more.
As at the end of December 2025, the Special Investigating Unit recovered 2.8 billion rand, the Asset Forfeiture Unit 8.1 billion rand, and the SA Revenue Service 5.4 billion rand. Cabinet has noted that since the inquiry concluded in 2022, several reform actions have been taken. These include the passing of the Public Service Amendment Bill, which is awaiting the President's assent, South Africa exiting the grey list of the Financial Action Task Force, and the drafting of a whistleblower bill soon to be tabled in Parliament. Minister Khumbudzo Ntshavheni says 34 of the 60 actions have been completed and a further 11 are in progress.
23% or 14 of the 60 actions are delayed, but work is progressing, and only 2%, which translate to one action, requires attention.
Ntshavheni says it's not possible to set a target for financial recovery related to state capture, since the recoveries are linked to successful prosecutions. Lindsay Dentlinger, Eyewitness News.
And in Nigeria, an inquest into the death of renowned Nigerian novelist Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's 21-month-old son will formally begin on April 14th. This comes 7 weeks after Nkanu Nnamdi Esege died at a Uracare hospital. Adichie and her family have accused Uracare of negligence, saying medics denied Nkanu oxygen and gave him too much sedation, causing a cardiac arrest. The hospital expressed its deepest sympathies over the death but denied wrongdoing, saying its care had been in line with international standards. The BBC reports that a preliminary hearing at the Yaba Magistrates Court in Lagos set the date today, with the magistrate directing all parties to file witness statements ahead of the inquest. Gold's trading at $5,182.27 an ounce. The rand's at 15.87 to the dollar, at 21.50 to the pound, at 18.75 to the euro. Brent crude oil's at $69.96 a barrel.
Centurion heading into the Pretoria CBD. We still have bumper-to-bumper traffic on the N14 northbound between the N1 Brakfontein interchange and Jean Avenue due to ongoing roadworks. In Lombardy Estate, that's Pretoria West, Pretoria East, there's bumper-to-bumper traffic due to roadworks. This is on Graham Linwood Road between Boschkop and Solomon Mahlangu.
In your sport, South Africa thrashed the West Indies in T20 World Cup statement win. Anari Dirksen shines as the Proteas women take an unassailable lead in their ODI series against Pakistan. And Real Madrid condemn fan for alleged Nazi salute.
A look at your weather. A partly cloudy afternoon in Gauteng with isolated showers expected. Temperatures have peaked at highs between 27 and 28 degrees. The top story in Eyewitness News this hour. Members of Parliament's ad hoc committee probing police corruption have threatened forensic investigator Paul O'Sullivan with legal action for walking out of the inquiry while still being questioned.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
You're with John Perlman on 702.
Streaming on the Prime Media Plus app, DSTV channel 856,
92.7
and 106 FM.
.702 Drive with John Perlman is proudly brought to you by Telkom Business. Possibility begins here. Good afternoon, everyone. It's 9 minutes past 3 on Thursday, the 26th of February. This is 702 Drive with me, John Perlman. Wherever you're listening to us in 702 land, welcome to the show. So, as you heard in the news, drama at the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Commission today with Paul O'Sullivan walking out on the hearing. We'll get an update on that in a moment with Babalo Ndenze, who was there when it all happened. And then, of course, all the legal questions that need answering. There are ethical ones as well to discuss, political ones, I would think, too. I know that walking out of a judicial commission of inquiry is an offence. We saw that at the Zondo Commission involving former President Jacob Zuma. Does the same apply to a parliamentary commission? I'm not talking about the rights or wrongs here. I'm just merely wondering about what might happen next in terms of legal action. We hope to find out. In other stories, as we move deeper into this election year, this week produced big by-election wins for the IFP, the DA and the ANC. Wayne Sussman joining us after 4 to crunch the numbers and help us read the signs. 11 of the men tricked into traveling to Russia and then abducted to the front line of the war against Ukraine have returned home. They got in yesterday to their homes in KZN. But what more have they been able to reveal about how this happened and who was involved? Family spokesperson Thulani Mahlangu joins us with the latest after 4. And Johannesburg has a deputy mayor. Does Johannesburg need a deputy mayor, or is this merely a matter of balancing political forces so the coalition that is currently running the city with levels of success that we can debate, is it just a way of keeping the coalition stable and happy, irrespective of how residents feel about the arrangement? Alpha Ramushwana joining us for that update. On the markets, the all share pretty much flat, up by around 40 points, which I have to say is not up by very much at all. One sector, though, is having an excellent day, financial services. That index is up by 1.76%. The surge owes much to Discovery, which today released some very, very strong trading numbers, strong enough to move its share price up by 7.6%. The last time I looked, Nedbank also having a good day, up by 7.3%. Motors has gained 5.7%. Don't know, what does that say? If banks are doing well, does it mean that the car business follows suit? We'll have to find out when we talk to Stephen Krutis a little bit later. Gold stocks taking a breather today. DRD Gold down by 4.9. Tiger Brands is off by 4.8%. Sasol is down by 4.6%. Not much movement with our currency. Rand trading at 15 Rand 88 against the dollar. A euro will cost you 18 Rand 74. Same price literally as 24 hours ago. 21 Rand 50 will get you a pound. The Rand oil is still expensive, but at least it has dipped below the $70 mark. Brent crude down by $1.21, currently trading at $69.60 a barrel. Keep moving in that direction, I think most of us would say. Stephen Krutis, as I mentioned, joining us with all the market news.